Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we'll solve two more typical problems, very important models regarding Taylor series. Okay, if you are first time to my channel, please consider subscribing and encourage me to do more videos like this. So in the previous video I have discussed about Taylor series and two example problems also. If you have not seen that video, I'm giving the link in the description, the playlist link in the description. So open that playlist, see that Taylor series expansion concept, then understand the concept, understand the formula there, and then come back here in order to understand these problems. Okay, so expand he has given expand z by z plus 1 and z minus 2 about z is equal to 1. So z naught value is 1 here. Now the center of the Taylor series is 1. So if you observe here, if you find the singular points, z is equal to minus 1 and z is equal to 2, or singular points So distance, if you want to calculate r1, if you calculate, so it will be minus 1 minus 1. Okay, so it will be modulus of minus 2, which is equal to 2. This is for z is equal to 1 and this is for z is equal to 1. For z is equal to 2, r2 is equal to 2 minus 1, so it is equal to 1. Okay, so what is the minimum distance here? It is 1. So therefore if you want to write the ROC for this expansion, z minus z naught is less than r. So here the minimum distance is 1, so z minus z naught value is 1, so z minus modulus of z minus 1 is less than 1. Okay, so this is how we can write the ROC for the given function. Okay, so then z by z plus 1 into z minus 2. So directly you can't expand this in z about z is equal to 1. So first of all we have to find the partial fractions. So a by z plus 1 plus b by z minus 2. So as I have told you, a is obtained by substituting z is equal to minus 1. So neglecting this term, because same term is there, z plus 1 and z plus 1 is there. So neglecting this term, just in the remaining expansion, that is in this you just substitute z is equal to minus 1, you will get the a value. So it is minus 1 by minus 1 minus 2, so minus 1 by minus 3, so it will be 1 by 3. Similarly b value, just substitute z is equal to 2 excluding this value, so 2 by 2 plus 1, so it will be 2 by 3. So z by z plus 1 into z minus 2 can be written as 1 by 3 by z plus 1 plus 2 by 3 by z minus 2, 2 by 3 by z minus 2. So if you are calculating at z is equal to minus 1, so you have to take so you are calculating about z is equal to 1, so take this one towards the left hand side, because you are calculating about z is equal to 1. The process I am explaining you take this 1 to the left hand side and let assume that value as p. Okay, so if you are calculating about z is equal to 1, so take this 1 to the left hand side, so it becomes z minus 1, and let that term is equal to some constant p. Okay, so let z minus 1 is equal to p, then z is equal to p plus 1. So f of z is equal to, so what is f of z? So this is f of z, right? So f of z can be written as 1 by 3 by z plus 1 plus 2 by 3 by z minus 2, but we have assumed that z is equal to p plus 1. So when z is equal to p plus 1, so what will be this? 1 by 3 into 1 by, so z plus 1, that means p plus 2. So z is equal to p plus 1, so p plus 1 plus 1 is p plus 2, plus 2 by 3 divided by z minus 2. Z minus 2 means p plus 1 minus 2, so it will be p minus 1. Okay, right. So 1 by 3 into, so I am taking 1 by 2 common in this, so it will become 1 plus p by 2. 1 plus p by 2. So if you take LCM, 2 plus p by 2, so this 2 and these 2 will get cancelled off, you'll get again 2 plus p only. Okay, just I am taking 2 common. Okay, so 2 common I am taking, so it will become like this. Next I am taking a minus sign common, so minus 2 by 3 I am writing, so 1 by, I am writing it as 1 by p, 1 minus p. So p minus 1 I am writing it as 1 minus p, and I am taking a negative outside. Okay, again if it's send the negative here, it will again become p plus 1 only. Okay, so it will be 1 by 6 into 1 plus p by 2 whole inverse minus 2 by 3 into 1 minus p whole inverse. Okay, so we know that from binomial expansion 1 plus x whole inverse is 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus so on. Alternatively, you have positive and negative terms. Similarly, 1 minus x whole power minus 1 is 1 plus x square. Okay, so all positive terms here in this case. 1 plus x 1 plus x plus x square plus x cube and so on. Okay, so if you have a negative term here and negative here also, so minus into minus, so in order to just remember, I am telling you the shortcut. If both are minus, then you have all positive terms. If one is plus and other is minus, you will have plus and minus alternatively. Okay, if both are negative, so minus into minus becomes plus, so every term is plus only in the binomial expansion. So if you have a positive and negative, so alternatively you will get positive term and negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay, right. So 1 by 6 into, so this is 1 plus x, so this is totally, I am assuming it as x, so 1 plus x whole to the power of minus 1 form, so it will be 1 minus p by 2, that is x is now p by 2, plus x square p by 2 whole square minus p by 2 whole cube plus so on, minus 2 by 3 into 1 plus p square plus p cube plus so on. So in the place of x you have p, so 1 plus p square plus p cube and so on. Okay, but what is p? P is z minus 1. So if z is equal to p plus 1, then what is p? P is equal to z minus 1. So 1 by 6 into 1 minus z minus 1 by 2 plus z minus 1 by 2 whole square minus z minus 1 by 2 whole cube plus so on, minus 2 by 3 into 1 plus z minus 1 plus z minus 1 whole square plus z minus 1 whole cube plus so on. Okay, so this is your f of z. If you observe here, you have all the terms of z minus 1 only, that is you have the center series about z is equal to z naught. So that is what Taylor series is. So in Taylor series formula also what you have, z minus z naught by 1 factorial into f dash of z naught. Okay, so this is the thing here, right? So instead of finding, so normal formula, in the normal formula what you have, so in the normal formula for f of z you have z minus z naught by, so of course you have f of z naught plus z minus z naught by 1 factorial into f dash of z naught is there. So in order to find z minus z naught value, so you have to find f dash of z naught, and finding f dash of z naught for this is somewhat difficult. And similarly, if you want to find f double dash of z naught, it is very difficult. You have to use u by v rule 2 times. Okay, if you solve using the formula, I am telling you, if you want to solve this question using the formula, it is very difficult. So you have to follow this procedure, right? In my previous video I have explained you 2 examples where you have solved using formula of Taylor series. But when you are given with the for f of z is given like this, like polynomials in z in numerator and denominator, you have to find the partial fractions and just take this as the reference. So if you are expanding about z is equal to 1, take z minus 1 is equal to p and just take the partial fractions and solve this using the binomial series expansion. Binomial series expansion. Okay, so understand the difference, how to find the Taylor series about z is equal to 1 using formula and also using partial fractions. These are the two methods which you have to be very perfect in order to solve any problem for Taylor series. Okay, so next we'll solve one more problem on this. F of z is equal to 1 by z square minus z minus 6 about z is equal to 1. So all these type of problems you can't solve using the formula. Okay, so using the formula of Taylor series, it is possible, but it is somewhat tedious work. Okay, so heavy work you have to do, because in order to find f double dash of z naught, you have to do UV rule for 2 times. Okay, so if you want to find f triple dash of z naught, you have to solve a UV rule for order of 4, z to the power of 4, because in f double dash of z naught you will get 1 by z square minus z minus 6 whole square you will get. Okay, so it is somewhat more labor work, right? It involves more hard work, so it is not possible, or it is not suggestible to do the Taylor series expansion using normal formula method. Okay, so when you can't do using formula method, only method you can do is using binomial expansion. Okay, so understand the difference between the these are the two methods. Okay, understand the difference between these two methods. First of all, you can solve using your formula of Taylor series expansion, or you can solve using binomial series expansion. Okay, so given f of z is 1 by z square minus z minus 6, so this can be written as 1 by z minus 3 into z plus 2. So the singularities are z is equal to 3 and z is equal to minus 2, and if you find r, so r is 3 minus 1 2, r is minus 2 minus 1, so 3. So least difference is 2, so here ROC is z mod z minus 1 is less than 2, mod z minus 1 is less than 2 is the ROC of this expansion of f of z around z is equal to 1. Okay, so this is your ROC. Right, next we'll solve the expansion. So f of z is equal to 1 by z minus 3 into z plus 2. So I'm finding the partial fractions, z plus 2 plus b by z minus 3. So a is obtained by substituting z is equal to minus 2 by not taking this term. So 1 by minus 2 minus 3, so it will be minus 1 by 5. Okay, and what is b? B is obtained by substituting z is equal to 3 by not considering this term. So 1 by 3 plus 2, which is equal to 1 by 5. So f of z can be written as 1 by 5 by z minus 3. So I'm writing this as first because it is positive, minus 1 by 5 by z plus 2. Okay, so you are calculating about z is equal to 1. Let z minus 1 is equal to p, then z is equal to p plus 1. Okay, so when z is equal to p plus 1, so what will be 1 by 5 into, so what does this become? Z minus 3. In the place of z minus 3, what can we write? P plus 1 minus 3, so p minus 2. So it will be 1 by p minus 2, 1 by p minus 2. And then z plus 2, z is p plus 1, so z plus 2 is p plus 1 plus 2, so it will be p plus 3. Okay, that is minus 1 by 5 into 1 by p plus 3, p plus 3. Okay, so just take minus 2 common. Okay, so 1 by 5 into, I am taking 1 by 2 common first, 1 by 2, so it will be 1 minus 1 by p by 2. Yes or no? 2 minus p, 2 minus p by 2 you'll get. Okay, so 2 minus p by 2, so this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled off, so you'll get a negative sign also, because it is not p minus 2, I'm taking 2 minus p, right? So just taking 2 constant, 2 common. I'm sorry. Okay, so 2 common, so you'll get like this, minus 1 by 5 into, so take 3 common here, so you'll get 1 by 1 plus p by 3, so you'll get 1 by 1 minus p by 3. So it will be minus 1 by 10 into 1 minus p by 2 whole inverse minus 1 by 15 into 1 plus p by 3 whole inverse. Okay, so expansion, binomial expansion, so both negatives are there, so here both negatives are there, so 1 minus into 10, 1 plus p by 2 plus p by 2 whole square plus p by 2 whole cube plus so on, minus 1 by 15 into, so one positive and one negative is there, so alternatively you'll get positive and negative signs, 1 minus p by 3 plus p by 3 whole square minus p by 3 whole cube plus so on. Okay, so if you have a positive and negative sign, then you will get positive and negative alternatively. So you have both negative, then you will get all positive terms only, because minus into minus is plus. Okay, it is only a shortcut to remember, but it is not the actual procedure. Okay, right, so minus 1 by 10 into, what is p again? So what is p? P is equal to z minus 1. P is equal to z minus 1, so substituting that, 1 minus z 1 plus z minus 1 by 2 plus z minus 1 by 2 whole square plus z minus 1 by 2 whole cube plus so on, minus 1 by 15 into 1 minus p is z minus 1, so z minus 1 by 3 plus z minus 1 by 3 whole square plus minus z minus 1 by 3 whole cube plus so on. Okay, so if you observe here, you are getting the series about z is equal to 1 only. Okay, so this is how we can solve any problem using Taylor series expansion. Two methods, one is directly using the formula, second is using binomial expansion and taking the partial fractions. Okay.